Conor McGregor's return has been set, as it has just been announced that the former UFC double champion will coach against lightweight star Michael Chandler on the next season of The Ultimate Fighter, before going head-to-head with him in the second half of the year. UFC President Dana White announced McGregor and Chandler as the coaches on social media this weekend. No date or location was announced for the McGregor-Chandler fight, which is most likely going to be taking place in the 170-pound division. Chandler has lost 3 of his last 4, however they were all exciting back-and-forth fights, which includes his KO of the year against Tony Ferguson. On facing McGregor next, Chandler said, "That would make the most sense to me. Obviously, Conor is driven by pay-per-view buys. You want to keep that tension from the reality show as close to the fight as possible. You start pushing it to the end of the year. Other big fights are happening. September would be absolutely perfect." He continued by saying, "I'm going to get in his face right away, make him take a backward step right away. He's going to feel my presence from the very beginning, and from there it's wherever the fight takes us. If I want to pick him up and put him down, I'll pick him up and put him down, and put a beating on him and get a sub that way. I believe I get a finish of Conor McGregor in the second round. That's my Mystic Mike prediction." The 31st season of The Ultimate Fighter, which will air on ESPN and ESPN Plus, will run from May 30 to August 15. McGregor is no stranger to the series, formerly starring as a coach in 2015, matched up alongside Uriah Faber. Despite the announcement, USADA has stated that McGregor is still not in the testing pool and will be required to test clean at least twice within a 6-month period before being allowed to compete. Are you excited to see the two matched up for the next series of TUF? Disappointed that they didn't give it to Tony Ferguson? Just happy to see McGregor coming back to the octagon? Let me know in the comments. Sean O'Malley has just signed an 8-fight deal extension with the UFC. The bantamweight is currently the #1 contender and will likely have either a title fight or a fight with title fight implications in the next 6 months. He earned his highest spot in the rankings with a close decision win over former bantamweight champion Petr Yan at UFC 280 in October of last year. On his podcast, Bro Mally, where he discusses all things MMA, he recently spoke on the subject of how his latest 8-fight deal shook out, saying, "Even if I do fight Aljo next, I don't get pay-per-view points. That was something I talked about in the negotiations. I tried to get it, pay-per-view points, not being the champ, didn't fly. But I will say I did re-sign with the UFC, a very gracious contract that I'm proud of. I offered that, I asked for this, they said no, they said yes. I said well, they said huh, and I got a number that I'm very happy with. And I truly don't think any manager that I could have went in there and got me what I got." O'Malley is quite unique in that he manages himself and believes he has a better shot at negotiating than any manager could. Whilst a championship fight in the bantamweight division has yet to be announced, there is speculation that the UFC is looking to book former doubleweight champion and Olympian Henry Cejudo as the next fighter to challenge current champion Aljamain Sterling for the belt. However, Henry hasn't competed in MMA since 2020, so it is questionable as to whether the UFC will actually lean that way. If that does happen, O'Malley may be forced into another title eliminator bout in the meantime. Needless to say, with an 8-bout contract in the books, O'Malley has plenty of time to work towards capturing the title. Do you want to see O'Malley challenge for the bantamweight belt next? Current lightweight champion Islam Makhachev is eyeing off the welterweight belt. Despite being less than a week out from defending his UFC lightweight belt for the first time against featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, Islam Makhachev already has his sights set on capturing the welterweight belt as well. The upcoming fight with Volkanovski represents one of the biggest in the company's history, as it will be the pound-for-pound #1 and 2 going head-to-head. Makhachev is currently the favourite to get the better of the Australian and is already looking forward to future challenges in a recent interview, saying, "Let me tell you this topic is relevant. I like to compete. I like to fight strong fighters. I love big fights. Whoever is the welterweight champion, it's going to be a huge fight. I'm very interested. But in 2023, there are worthy opponents in my division with whom I still have to meet. As long as there is a fire in me, I will fight. As soon as I feel that it's not the same, I'll leave the sport. In the meantime, I feel that everything is working out for me. With each preparation, I show myself better and better. I will go to the end. There is no shortage of confidence coming from the 155-pound champ. And the challenger, 145-pound champ Alexander Volkanovski, is also feeling well prepared ahead of the historic matchup, saying in a recent interview, "I'm telling you, overnight, my takedown defense, I got stronger just because of that challenge, and I knew I needed to do that. I was like, right now, I can't go in there with a normal camp. It might not be enough. I need to prepare properly. I need to make sure no stone is left unturned. Literally, this is going to make me so much more of a better fighter. I feel sorry for the guys I'll fight after this. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing the fighter I'll be once I'm in peak conditioning." Do you think Islam will get the better of Volkanovski this weekend? Would you like to see him go up in weight if he does? MMA Tweet of the Day goes to Unorthodox for sharing this reaction to the news that Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor will be the coaches for the next season of The Ultimate Fighter. That's all of the MMA news of today. Thanks for watching Undisputed MMA. Be sure to like and subscribe as it really helps me grow the channel. And be sure to hit the notification bell to keep up to date with all the latest MMA and UFC news.